into a Type 2 supernova, the enormous star...
Yeah, checking out supernovas and things like that. Stuff me and the kids got into. Well, me and my first girlfriend. I'm going to start at 15 because didn't really have anything other than maybe going here or there with girls when I was younger, and I really only dated maybe one or two. Not many. Was pretty selective, pretty picky. But anyway, there was one that called me up on the phone. This is back when they were hooked to a wall. It was actually back in my mom's room. My brother was here. He was actually waiting on I can't remember if he was waiting on a phone call or if he was just watching TV back there. But anyway, I went to talk to this girl, and he snatched the phone from me. Well, tried to, and I put it to my chest, and I looked at him, and he looks at me, and he's like, "She's heavy, and she's not that cute. Why would you even?" I said, "What are you talking about? She's cool as shit." And she was. She was an awesome girl. Um, didn't know that behind this call was the fact that her friend wanted her to call and ask me out for her friend. I didn't know that. Um, which that was one hell of a trap to walk into later. Thank you for that. You know who you are. I mean, now her friend, I would have said yes to her friend too. And no, her friend wasn't, you know, a small person. But I didn't care about none of that. Like I said, I still don't. I go by if I like the person. Now, they can think whatever the hell they want, but I also look for fakeness. And if I know it's fake and they're, possibly a decent person behind that, most of the time I'm wrong on that one. But anyway, I started dating her because she asked me. And it was weird too because the questions she was asking me, I just started laughing and I'm like, get to the point. And she giggled, and then she asked me for herself. And I was like, okay, yeah, why not? And yeah, she didn't live far from me. I could walk to her house, which actually I ended up going to her house shortly after this phone call. Um, or before. I think it was before that phone call, actually. Yeah, because her and Cindy were over here hanging out not too long before that phone call. Yeah, Cindy Hepron. Hepron bending. Yeah, that chick was awesome. I love Cindy. I miss her. But anyway, uh, yeah, I don't know. I got a call that this person was in trouble. They had done something because they were upset. I went to their house, put my fingers down their throat immediately. Yeah, I had throw up all over me, everywhere. Yeah, trust me. Mm. From a stranger. I mean, a friend, but a stranger. Didn't think about none of that shit. Most of what they had taken had come out. So, and yeah, they were still a little woozy. But I kept them hydrated, tucked them in, basically took care of them until I knew they were okay. Yes, I know reporting it would have caused them a lot of trouble. To my knowledge, they never did it again. at least for about a year and a half. I don't know about after that. At least for a little while. But yeah, I did do that. Ended up leaving my house and moving in over there shortly after that. And I was talking to my aunt, my uncle in Joppatown because of Neil, which was believed to be my dad. That's a whole nother freaking story. I still don't know the truth on that. I'll explain why when I get to that story. Yeah. I did go to New York for his funeral and all that, which I don't want to get into that right now. It's all bad shit. It's not good. And all I did was walk with it and try to take the best I could do with it, you know what I mean? But don't know what to tell y'all. I was with this girl for about a year and a half. I worked with my aunt and my uncle the whole time. So yeah, I worked with him for almost 2 years. Yeah, almost 2 years. So and then I went to American Home Interiors. That was after being with Bethany. And me and Bethany. That's a fucked up ordeal too. See what I mean? I don't know how the hell. Other than these people knowing that I had a heart and that I was going to be lovable and gullible to them. That's why I think I was targeted. I really do. Look at, yeah. Now, Jen was the only one that, we really didn't know each other. So, when I worked at American Home Interiors, I was there for a year and 3 months. And me and Jen started talking actually shortly, not long after Kyle was born. Yeah, I think he wasn't even a year old yet. And he was born December 02. Yeah, because had to be 01, not quite 02 yet, because I turned 18 in 02. And I know he was born just before I turned 18. Just before I turned 18. I don't care. I made the decision to have a child. I did not expect it to go the way it did freaking 2 weeks after I made the decision. Yeah, we tried once or twice. I mean, I'm not going to get into details on that. People know why. But yeah, we did. We tried once or twice, and that was it. Now, at some point in this boy's life, was I led to believe that it was somebody else? Yeah. Did I believe that fully? No. I even told them I wanted a DNA test to prove that he wasn't mine. I loved that little boy. He was 2 years old. I was teaching him to shoot basketball and play with a car horn. Yeah. Wish I would have got a lot more time with him. Well, I had a lot of time with David, and before he was sent to CPS that day to lie at school, that boy was doing very good. His grades, his attitude, he started to get a little wild, but if they would have let me continue, it would have been fine. But people step in and make things go differently. And that's why, because kids are like, hee, new crowd to play to. Especially if one of the parents behind everybody's back is like, go ahead, do it. And we don't know it. You all can say what you want. That boy at 2 years old could take your tower apart to your PC, completely strip it down, and put it back together. Motherboard, all the way up. All the RAM, everything. Yeah, he could. He didn't know the names of it, but he knew what slots to put it in and how to hook up the power supply, all the data cords. He knew the difference between SATA and IDE, which most adults don't even know that. My son knew it just by the look of the end of the prong. He would tell me SATA. Now IDE, he didn't call it IDE, he just called it D. Yeah. Which, whatever, it worked, you know. But he did. He called it D. He knew how to put the processor in. He knew 32 or 64. Yeah. Yeah. He knew to grease it. He knew everything. Everything that his dad knew. He knew how to clean them. He hopped in my lap one day. I was playing a video game, took over my controller like he'd been playing the game his whole life. He was a little over 2. Yeah, we were sitting in my V-Rocker. He's still got my V-Rocker. It's in his room. It got wet with the flood, but it's still in his room. That's what I'm talking about. His mom would always yell at me because I would always get him, brain games that, taught you things and or learning and whatnot, like a year or two ahead of his age range. And then I would teach him and play the games with him, and he would pick them up. Kind of like checkers and chess. We've played that since he was 3 or 4. Yeah. And he's good at it. Some of the stuff he can't really tell you. And, competition and rule and league and all that, I don't know. With time moves and all, I don't know. We've just never done it that way. Yeah, I didn't want him to feel like everything was a competition. I just wanted him to, see if he liked it and play the game and with no pressure. And he did. So we kept playing it. There's a couple of things that he can do that his dad can't do, which is Sudoku. I don't know. If I sat down and really tried, I probably could. But that boy, he's good. And he's been good for years. And there's a lot of kids his age that can't handle them things. They'll throw that book across the room. Whatever, I'm going to play. But he won't. He'll sit there and do like half a book in no time and have it right. And I'm over here like, what the? Okay. Yeah, I'm very proud of the brain my son's got, but I know I had a lot to do with it. Now, with this new stuff, I would have had a lot to do with it. I would have fixed it. He wouldn't have been nowhere near what he's like, and he knows it. His mother, she too lazy. She don't care until something big happens, and then, oh well. Right. Y'all can bite me. I don't care.